I'm not sure if G.K. Chesterton said this. People think he said it. It sounds an awful lot like him. Maybe he didn't, maybe somebody else did, but it's true nonetheless. Anyone knocking on the door of a brothel is looking for God. Pascal said something similar, that God created us with a God-shaped vacuum and our heart that can only be filled by God. We have a culture that exposes us to all kinds of different experiences, titillates our senses in all kinds of different ways, but never points us to God. You know, God has created us in such a way that as we get older, it takes more and more to fill that hole. It takes more and more to wow us, right? I mean, you can remember as a 12-year-old sitting in class, looking over and seeing that cute girl for the first time, and that's all it took. But on your wedding night, it takes more to create that sense of wonder and to fulfill that sense of wonder. And this is how God has made us, that ultimately, we're only going to be fulfilled with Himself. This is one of the great lines in all of Christian theology from St. Augustine. You have formed us for yourself, O God, and our hearts are restless until they find rest in you. Why do we have across America right now an epidemic of addiction? I mean, we're addicted to all kinds of things, right? Certainly illegal substances. There's a new heroin epidemic. Talk about meth and marijuana, but you can also talk about porn. You can also talk about, prescription drugs and chocolate and coffee. I mean, well, that one's okay because that one's my addiction. But, these addictions are all attempts to fill our hearts with something ultimately that only God can fill. We have a culture that's consistently exposing us to too much, too early, never asking us to grow up and be mature adults about it. And ultimately, it's pointing our hearts to a lie, that something can fill us in a way that only God ultimately can.